Fly me to the moon, let me dream. Let me see what free is like without dollars and gold.
Good morning, guys. Total chaos here at the studio. Almost missed the open bell. Oh my God, what's going on, guys? Of course, I'm back again. Crypto Otaku here, bringing you the chaos, the news, and of course, you guys stay, come for the news and stay for the chaos. Yeah, I'm late, guys. I'm late. I had some problems with my internet, and I got it going right as soon as the market opens. 20 seconds, guys, to go. Here we go.
S&P 500, 0.4%, double that, more than on the NASDAQ 100, which itself hit a record high.
Happy Green Day,
so
guys.
This market
It's
really
Wednesday?
wants to rally.
Pump day.
On the New York Stock Exchange, you're going to see Jose Batista Sobrino, the billionaire owner of JBS, a meat processing company out of Brazil. So that's delicious at 9:30 in the morning. And then Crane shares, and check out, they have a little humanoid robot here. The idea is they have this ETF.
Oh boy, here they come, guys.
KOID
The idea is they take your jobs.
And Benzinga says it's your entry to the $5 trillion humanoid robot market. But it's only been trading for a few days now. So.
Yeah, there you go. And thematic ETFs, they've had a pretty rough couple years
Replacing
as of
all of
late,
us
but we'll see how
day.
Coin fares. Let's talk about FedEx, though, down 5% at the bell. They reported earnings last night. They said that profit will be worse than expected this quarter due to the impact of President Trump's trade war. The firm also noted that huge plunge in U.S.-China shipments last month. Also declined to give full-year guidance. You add it all together, shares taking a leg lower this morning, Matt Miller.
All right, so those shares are down. Shares in General Mills are also off after the cereal
No one
maker
eats
came
cereal
out with
no
a
more.
disappointing
Come on.
forecast. North Americans aren't spending as much on Cheerios as analysts would like, and as a result, the shares down only 0.5% in the pre-market, but it's a big $30 billion company, so we thought we'd bring you that news. Goldman Sachs is warning that risks are mounting for low-quality stocks that have been riding this market rally higher. Look at the non-profitable tech basket versus the S&P 500 here. Senior trader Lewis Miller says these low-quality stocks are being driven higher by short sellers covering their positions rather than by positive corporate fundamentals, and higher inflation readings could be a turning point. We're back with Robinhood Chief Investment Officer Stephanie Guild, and I guess, the rising tide lifts all boats, even the bad ones. Do you think that sets us up for another leg lower?
Probably ask Robinhood, are you going to get more than 20 coins on your platform?
Investing in companies that have profitability. That's kind of the core of our Robinhood strategies portfolios. And I think some things have been helped more recently. I mean, the rallies, I feel like it's only been a couple days of a rally, but rates are lower. So if you're thinking about rates being lower because inflation expectations have come down again, the Fed cutting has started to creep in to be a little bit sooner. I think all those things help low quality stocks. Small caps on average tend to have 30% of their debt that's floating rate. So they really do need rates to come down to look higher quality. And you've seen small caps rally in the last couple of days, but they're still down for the year.
Yeah, absolutely. I track the Russell 2000 with some intensity, but when it comes to what you're seeing on...
Yeah, also the altcoins, obviously. Everything pretty much is still down except for Bitcoin, man. And ZBEC, of course. If you guys got a big bag of ZBEC, everything else it just stands in the way. All right. Anyway, so what's going on today, guys? I want to catch up with you guys. I came in a little late today, a little hot, trying to get my internet going. I just had a power outage, and boom, had to restart my computer. And here we go. We're back. Thank God. Thank God the tech is working today. That's right, guys. And of course, more winning on the Bitcoin chart. More winning. Duh.
You may even get tired.
I'm so tired of it.
What's
wrong?
Please.
Too much.
Can't take it anymore.
All right, guys. Of course, calling for a baseline bullish target last night. Here we are. I mean, I'm right. I'm always right. I don't know why. Of course we know why. Because we do crypto chaos magic every single night, influencing the charts with our suggestive action. The altar is seeing better days. Definitely needs a new paint job for sure. This, of course, is the Crypto Chaos altar. It's got a lot of burn marks from all the betties we burned. And we just burned a whole hundo from Cliff last night. Thanks again, Cliff, for supporting the live stream. We love you. We love you. Getting back to the chat, let's catch up with you guys before we get into all of the news today. It looks like Bitcoin's starting to finally get a little bit of a pullback after a huge, after a bit of a rally this morning. Let's just say that on the pre-market. Crypto JPEG first is always first. There's a lot of times where Crypto JPEG is first. Hey guys, says dang morning everyone. Good morning Otaku, my favorite Super Saiyan, Super Danny in the house. How's it going, Super Danny? Hugo, like the intro music. Thank you. Yeah, you haven't seen nothing yet. I can't wait to get this studio done so I have some more time to work on the special effects and all the. I just love doing all that stuff, guys. I get so deep into it. Obviously, if you caught last night's live stream, you'll see the next the next big piece I added to the stream. Brave Harvey Freedom said, morning fam, how's it going? OG Paul. Yeah, Ultimate Chaos is incoming. Yeah, incoming, guys, incoming. Altcoins haven't even started to run quite yet. We'll take a look at crypto bubbles here in a second. Twitch says, Otaku, how are you feeling about DCAing today, even though things are up? I mean, DCA is the way, guys. I always say that. I really do feel like it is always the best option, and when you can't figure out exactly what to do, just look at what's down the most and dig a little deeper into it. So yeah, can we see a dip before the rise of this week? And I think we can see an all-time high for Bitcoin by Friday. Twitch, you're right there with Jake the Snake also predicting a Bitcoin boom in price by tomorrow, hitting it near all-time highs tomorrow. That's what Jake the Snake is talking about, and he's right? He's gonna be right. We hope so. Of course, I can unpack all that with you later. Ramona also coming in with a July 3rd prediction. I do like that one too, and there is a really good. I think we're really stuck between a rock and a hard place with this Black Swan event we call a 12-day war or whatever the Trump cabinet's calling it. But nonetheless, we're headed for bigger, better days. Honestly, we're only like $5,000 away from all-time highs. That's nothing for Bitcoin. Yo, Master Otaku, what is cooking? OG Boban, thank you. It's cooking, man. What's cooking? Coffee. Coffee in the morning's cooking. Definitely have to have your morning cup of Joe. A strange sky. Yes, Joe Otaku. Joe. yo. What's up, guys? Ree also in the house. Good morning, all. We're morning. We're getting this show started, guys. We're getting this show started. I want to point out I did watch some Bloomberg, of course, on the open market, as I normally do. I had this. I had to restart my computer. Is it still there? Yes. Is it still in the same timestamp? No, of course not. Damn it, guys! I had this. They had a chief correspondent talking about the Dixie this morning. I think it was this right here. Basically talking about how's it's donezo.
A couple caveats here, John, that I think are worth pointing out is only about 3.5% of that spending will be on military hardware, guns, ammunition, tanks, that sort of thing. The other 1.5% is a little bit of a fudge that can deal with things like cybersecurity and the infrastructure to kind of move some of this military equipment across the European continent.
I'm probably not going to find the exact moment anymore. But yeah, they were talking to him about, here it is.
Down. The dollar we see going down in price. We have the dollar depreciating about 10% over the next 12 to 18 months. And then for treasury yields, we have treasury yields also falling. We have the 10-year yield ending this year at 4%, and we have it ending closer to 3% by the end of 2026. Now, both of these forecasts, of course, are related. They are driven primarily by a Federal Reserve, which ends up cutting policy rates much more aggressively than what markets are currently pricing in. We're more confident, I would say, on the magnitude and the direction of those rate cuts as opposed to the exact timing of those cuts. As I'm sure you read in the note, we don't have the Fed cutting this year, but we have the Fed cutting a lot next year.
So they're calling for Fed rate cuts next year. They're going to kind of go through the entire year without a Fed rate cut. That's what they are predicting for their firm. And I thought it was really interesting because of course the Dixie's pumping up a little bit today on the news that no one's bombed anyone last night. I mean, as far as I'm aware of, there were no missiles exchanged after Trump dropped the F-bomb. That pretty much stopped all bombs. Pretty funny to see that happen in the markets. But yeah, the Dixie's still down pretty much on the 5-day. We have, we touched 99 for probably the last time this year as the Dixie continues to fall. I love this chart, guys. It's just all you have to do is wake up and look at the year to date for the dollar on the Dixie, and it's just a good day. It doesn't matter what Bitcoin's price action is. It's a good day, and definitely will be soon. All right, guys. Let's see what else we got covering. I wanted to talk about the crypto bubbles real quick on the day. Everything kind of consolidating, keeping its gains, if not coming back a little bit, pulling back a little bit for some of the big movers. That's what we see on the top 200, top 100. Everything's still pretty much up. Virtuals has been running pretty hard, so it is coming back a little bit now. Man, it's up to 74 in market cap now. It's crazy. And then, yeah, Pi coming back for 20% up to the upside on the day. Oh, God, this damn thing will not go away. Sitting at 26 in market cap. Say still putting in gains. My God, guys, this ran 25%, 30, 40% in the last few days. And still going up 7-8% on the day. That's crazy, guys. That's 80% on the week. Almost up 100% in price. Okay, so what am I also here for? Of course, I'm here to remind you there's also things to still be buying. Look what's still in the red on the month, guys. Still things be picking up on a discount. If you are a fan of Render, still down 32%. Great project, one of the best AI products out there. Obviously partnered with, if you haven't heard, over the years, has large partnerships with like the likes of Nvidia. What do we else have? We have Fartcoin. For all my friends that like to, you know, just to risk a little more money. Fartcoin, Dog with Hat, both down 25%. Floki still down 25%. For those that really, you know, liking the more high risk plays like Trump down 27% and Pepe still on the. Yeah, in Doge as well, 27% on the memes. Are we gonna get another big meme coin rally? I think we will. I'm not betting on it though. I think we've had enough time to play around with these coins that don't do much of anything, and we're ready to get into full utility mode. All right. So speaking of full utility coins, are still down 20%. Avalanche, Jasmine, Celestia still down 37. Near down 22. Graph again, guys. Some of these coins I was talking about down 30, 40%. Still a big pickup for like Render, like so Render. I can't think of too many that are going to blast off, you know, really quick when we get the game started. Like blue chips like Render, I think are going to pop off. So it might be a little easy, quick flip there if you want to get in and out. I still like that idea. Where's Sui at? Sui have a big of a pullback yet? I don't even see. Oh, there it is. 20% down on Sui on the month. I mean, still decent. We of course were down a lot more, down closer to 40%. I still like Sui for quick trades as well. All right, guys, that is what I'm looking at today for you guys to you know, make some quick money. In the next few weeks, it's going to get explosive. There's going to be a lot of coins popping off, a little bit of everything, all of the time. Okay, so let's see what else we can dig up in the news, see what's breaking on the headlines, see what Bloomberg's still talking about. Pretty much nothing at the moment. Okay, let's get into it. All right, so Trump blasts Iran and Israel. We talked about that at length yesterday. You know, he dropped the F-bomb and the bomb stopped. Job seekers in limbo as long-term unemployment persists. Guys, I'm still unemployed. I've been unemployed since January. I worked for like a few days this year, basically.
Well, jobs are rising in America. The May jobs report showing solid gains. 139,000 jobs added to the economy last month. The sectors with the most growth in jobs included healthcare, with 62,000 jobs added to the economy. The hospitality and leisure sector.
That's like the complete opposite of what I was expecting to hear. What the hell? Why would they why would they drop this on there?
Created 4,000 jobs. New construction jobs also created. Joining me now is the president and CEO of HireQuest, Rick Hermanns.
It is Fox, so I don't know what the hell they're pertaining to. But anyway, job seekers are in limbo. I'm in limbo. I'm not working. This is my job now, guys. The U.S. labor market is holding a pattern with relatively low unemployment, but a slow pace of hiring has caused the share of long-term unemployed workers to stagnate amid economic uncertainty. That's right. I was working for the last company I worked for 5 years, got laid off out of nowhere. I was the highest paid individual, and I was the first on the chopping block. The Labor Department's Bureau of Labor Statistics, BLS, tracks the number of individuals in the workforce considered long-term unemployed, which is defined as the workers who have been unemployed for 27 weeks or more. It me.
What are you, stupid?
I'm a statistic now, guys. In April, the percentage of long-term unemployed workers of the share of total pool of unemployed workers rose at 23.5%, the highest level in 3 years when the economy was rebounding of COVID pandemic, and in the midst of the highest inflation in decades, it dipped 20.4% in May and has remained above 20% since April 2024. Allison Shrivastava, man, I cannot, Shrivastava, an economist with the Indeed hiring lab. That's where everyone pretty much gets hired now, through Indeed. Told Fox Business that while economic data related to long-term unemployment can be pretty noisy on a month-to-month basis, she noted that the long-term trend is moving in an upward direction. I guess, if you want to believe that, even in the midst of all the AI and robotics that are replacing us as humans, I don't believe it. I don't believe it for a second. You heard, right out of the horse's mouth yesterday with Jerome Powell saying that, yeah, workers are going to be replaced in a large amount over the next coming years. All right, so yeah, I'm going to stop right there because my bias is seeping into this article. Jeez, I'm sorry, guys.
What are you, stupid?
Feeling some kind of way this morning. Good morning. Alfonso is also in the chat. How's it going, guys? I gotta get back in the chat real quick. Not me, but you. But who says what would be awesome? What would be awesome is, do you know how much we could buy with another year of cheap? Oh, another year of cheap. You know, we're gonna get 4 years or 3 years of cheap. Don't worry, more years of cheap are coming. Don't see flooding this year of upside. You do not want to. You don't want any more years of cheap. I've been in many moons of cheap. Not me, but you. But who also says brought more Trump for the pump 2.0. Not me, but you. But who? It's so much fun to say. Guys, I'm so stupid this morning. All right, everything is better with Caspa. That's right. Okay, I know you guys are a lot very bullish on Caspa. Where's Caspa at today? I didn't see it. I skimmed right over it. It's still in the top 100, right? Yeah, there it is, Casp, right there in front of my face. Okay, so Caspa's still down. Not a bad place to be buying Caspa right now. Still on testing the lows on the year. Look at this, guys. Hell, I mean, Caspa's been beaten to death. Definitely see a lot of upside for the future of Caspa. Almost damn near a 4x to get back to where we were at the beginning of the year. Again, guys, every coin, nothing has popped off yet. It's insane. We haven't seen the likes of any all-time highs for any coin other than Bitcoin and ZBEC and a handful of others. But I mean, the big blue chips haven't even printed all-time highs this year. It's kind of absurd, to be honest, on the post-halving year. What else we got? But from me, not me, but you, but who? What kind of name is that, man? It's so funny. SBX 6900 retired me early. Should have held for $1 billion. Damn, man. I can tell you that ZBEC's working on that for me. I was blown away by the complete absurd upside we got out of ZBEC in the first run up. VB not done. Also, VB. What is VB? First I thought you thought about Virtual's Protocol VP, but no, I don't know what VB is. Not done with the Moodang. Oh my gosh, Moodang. All right. Well, you got a lot of risk play there. I'm glad that I'm making someone happy by calling out those meme coins this morning. All right, guys. But yeah, that's what I would recommend you guys buy for $1 right now. Even WorldCoin's down still 32%. Do you guys believe in that thing? IMX Internet. That's Immutable X. 32 down 30%. Where's ICP at? I'm pretty sure ICP is still down too. Fetch AI is still down 26%. Again, the head coin of the AI superintelligence ASI. A lot of coins down, guys. A lot of coins still down on the month. A lot of things still ripe for the picking. Even Data is down 23%. Big blue chip into the coming pump. All right, guys. So yeah, that's what I would recommend you guys for $1.
I'd buy that for $1.
All right, what else we doing today? Let's check out the Bloomberg, see what they're talking about. Micron. Dang it. I want something else. Talk to me about some more Doom. I want some more Doom, guys. Of course, everything's popping right now. Seems pretty good. 108. We just broke through 108. Let's freaking go, guys. Let's freaking go. We're just getting started. Only $4,000 away from all-time highs for Bitcoin. About ready to touch our bull case scenario for the market open. I dragged this a little. I always do this into about the morning open. These right here rolling over. Yeah, I mean, guys, I go a little further out than I was hoping. I gotta be more clean with my predictions. I gotta cut them off. I hate seeing them roll over at the end of the market open. Anyway, so yeah, something like that. Still on price, still winning, guys. Of course, every single day. I cannot believe it. I want to be wrong, guys. Just one day. Can I just be wrong one day? God dang it. Anyway, enough patting myself on the back. What else can we dig up today? Let's take a look at some crypto news. See if anything else is breaking right now. They're a little behind here on cryptonews.net. Let's take a look at Daily Coin. Sonic Labs unveils open source library of DAG, blockchain verification, Ripple price waivers. Okay, nothing articles there. Hopium, FUD articles all over the place. There's nothing new there. All right, one more, and then we'll check back at TradFi, of course, the market open. That's where all the news is right now. BIS says stablecoins fail as money. Haha, let's go. I do like this. They're good for credit, though. They're going to be good for credit for like Walmart and Amazon and all, of course, the giant corporate conglomerates that are going to take over the world, guys, in this new dystopian future we're about ready to set off into. That neon sunset. Man. A new report from Bank of International Settlements, BIS, has challenged the notion that stablecoins can serve as money in the modern financial system. According to BIS annual economic report in 2025, stablecoins fail as a fundamental test of singleness, elasticity, and integrity, three critical criteria that define effective monetary instruments. How about the dollar? I guess it failed us quite a ways ago. Yeah, we burn it every night, guys. It's just silly paper. I mean, that's all it is. It's all it is. It's just paper. It's just paper. BIS describes stablecoins as digital bearer instruments that resemble financial assets more than actual money. Stablecoins perform poorly when assessed against the three tests for serving the mainstay as a monetary system. Unlike central bank backed money, backed by nothing. Well, come on, what the hell?
Are you stupid?
Oh my God, which is accepted at par and requires no background checks. Private entities issue stablecoins and offer trade as fluctuating rates. This undermines the core principle of monetary singleness, the report claimed. Stablecoin market has been growing quickly amid high concentration. Yeah, I mean, Circle just blew us all away with the actual demand that is needed from stablecoins. So at least that's what Wall Street says. Stablecoin fails elasticity integrity tests. I don't want to spend too much time on this, guys, but I mean, I've been feeling this kind of way since the beginning of stablecoins. I don't keep any of my wealth in stablecoins. I will have to at the end of this, but a majority of my holdings are just going right into Bitcoin at the end. All right, what else we got here? What else we got? Can we dig up anything else? Just one more time. I'll try one more time. I'll take a look at news.bitcoin.com, see what else is here. Nothing new breaking just quite yet. The word blockchain meets Pusina. Yeah. Those ads have been sitting there forever. All right, guys, let's get back to Bloomberg, see what else they're talking about in the open.
And it's moving up, Tesla moving down, Bumble cutting a lot of workers, and you can see Meta, Facebook unchanged there. But I guess the real deal right now, Katie, is we're waiting to hear from President Trump at NATO.
Absolutely. President Trump about to speak any minute from the NATO summit in the Netherlands. Back home, the president is facing a self-imposed July 4th deadline to pass his tax and spending bill, and he's 2 weeks out.
We look for the news, and the news just comes to us, guys. This is what we do.
Paused on all this. Let's correspondent Tyler Kendall. Let's start.
Look at the big man walking out to the podium there.
There we go. Yeah, due to start speaking any second. Tyler, just give us a drumbeat. What we've accomplished at NATO. We know that NATO leaders did back that plan to raise defense spending.
Yeah, hey, Katie. Well, President Trump really is billing this as
a
big success.
He's not out yet. But I don't know what they're talking about. The big man walking to the podium. He's not there yet. Anyway, I want to catch up in the chat before we get started with Trump addressing NATO. The IC Oracle says, "Is the war over?" I mean, according to Trump last night, it is. We'll see. We'll see. Let's see what NATO. What he says at NATO. Okay, we'll see what else we have here before I forget to catch up with you guys. Alfonso, good morning. Good morning, Alfonso. How's it going? How's it going? Bitcoin is doing awesome. Yes, it is. It is. Braveheart, Big Freedom. It's sitting at 108 right now. Still, no, 107.8. Close enough. Close enough. Okay. I guess, was that the House correspondent? White House correspondent? I don't know who that is. Bitcoin is doing awesome. Yes. Brave Army Freedom says, I noticed your title is the thigh actually over. What? I'm not convinced that it is. That'll be extremely chaotic summer is what I'm picking up on. Yeah, definitely not. The highs are definitely not over. That's what you're referring to. No, nowhere near. We're just getting started. Now the heat. Hopefully the heat for Illinois is over, man. It's getting too hot out here, man. Oh my God, this heat wave. I really hope this heat wave's over. And hopefully the thunderstorms stop, because I don't want another scare like I had this morning. I almost didn't make the live stream this morning because my power went out. All the heat wave are happening right now and the thunderstorms. And yeah, I think we're caught up on the chat now. And yeah, we're just waiting for Trump to come out and address at NATO.
Would be able to get them to come to some sort of resolution. We know that the president has spoken with Russian President Vladimir Putin in recent days, who offered to mediate the conflict when it did come to Israel and Iran.
Yeah. And Trump just said, you know, I need help with you. I don't need help with Iran. All right, let's see what else we can dig up while we're waiting for the big cheese to come out. The big orange man, of course. Donald J. Trump. It's going to be huge. It's going to be huge. Interested to see what comes out of this, and I think we're probably going to get some price action either way. And I don't know if I want to cover Bloomberg again, guys, because yesterday, I don't know, how they probably wouldn't do that in front of Trump speaking, but yesterday they had to tell you every single, you know, congressman and women that would get on the podium, and I'm like, why would you do that when it's literally part of the entire program for Congress to address who is about to speak? It's the stupidest thing I've ever seen Bloomberg do. Like, it's so stupid. Why were they doing that? I don't know. It drove me crazy every time. I had to lose my mind every time they do it. Okay, moving on. Let's see what else is going on right now. How is Fear and Greed doing right now? That's what I want to know. Fear and Greed right now for the stock markets coming in at, drum roll, 63 in greed. 63 in greed, not too bad for the stocks. And crypto, Fear and Greed, of course, can't stop, won't stop trading. 66 as well. It's pretty much on par with the stock market. And guys, for those who's just joining us, we're waiting for Donald Trump to come out and address at NATO. He's going to address the world. Hopefully, hopefully no more bombs. Hopefully no more F-bombs either. Jeez. Trump rejects the intel report, says that the Iran atomic sites are destroyed. That's, I guess, breaking again. He was talking about that yesterday. The fake news was covering. They were not destroyed. They are destroyed. Both sides, of course, are you know, not confirming that they're totally destroyed. I would say, no, I mean, Trump's cabinet is reporting it, but CNN and, all the other platforms are trying to debunk it if it's not true. Guys, of course, you gotta listen to both sides of the coin. You can't believe everything you hear on, it's all normie media, right? Normie news. Okay, let's see what else we got here. Anything else breaking right now? Taking a look at Bloomberg, Fox Business. I really wanted to talk on the housing crisis again, but I don't know if we're gonna have time. I want to see if I can get a official White House coverage on it, on NATO. Trump to hold press conference at the NATO summit. This is as of 8:41. We'll get the skinny on this right before it pops up. We'll dive into this real quick while we're waiting for that to load. President Trump is planning on holding a news conference at the conclusion of the NATO summit in the Netherlands Wednesday morning, this morning, as the world watches to see whether the ceasefire between Israel and Iran will endure. And I guess we have it officially here.
Appreciate everything you've done, and As you know, last weekend,
live?
the United States successfully carried out a massive
It is. What the hell?
precision strike on Iran's
That's NPR.
nuclear enrichment facilities, and it was very, very successful. It was called obliteration. No other military on earth could have done it, and now this incredible exercise of American strength has paved the way for peace with a historic ceasefire agreement late Monday, and we call it the 12-day war. Spoke to a few people. I guess that just sounded like the right name. It was a 12-day war. And we think it's over. I don't think they're going to be going back at each other. I don't think so. Not only have we dealt, I rebuilt the entire military during my first term. And we have a great military. We have great generals. I got to know the good ones and the bad ones. We kept the good ones. Over the past 2 days, I was honored to participate in the NATO leaders meeting and also had extremely good individual discussions with the King and the Queen, Secretary General Ruta, and the Prime Minister. Great discussions. Very knowledgeable people. Major focus of our conversations at the summit was the need for other NATO members to take up the burden of the defense of Europe, and that included the financial burden. As you know, it was 2%.
So I guess the guys are saying this is not the current one on Twitch. It says live NPR.
Our allies have
Yeah, I think this is it.
of them are going to be contributing now 5%, a number that people are surprised at, but you need it today. The United States accounts for 2/3 of all NATO defense spending, and since I began pushing for additional commitments in 2017, believe it or not, our allies have increased spending by $700 billion. I said to people, you don't have any money, and a lot of them weren't paying. And so I started the process, and I picked it up as soon as I got back, which is 6 months ago. And following my election last November, almost all have accelerated plans to reach the 2%, 3%, 4%, and then ultimately, very quickly, 5%. And all of this is going to be done very quickly, almost immediately. You probably know this as well as I do. I'm sure they've been talking about it. It's really been a big focus. In a very historic milestone this week, the NATO allies committed to dramatically increase their defense spending to that 5% of GDP, something that no one really thought possible. And they said, you did it, sir, you did it. Well, I don't know if I did it, but I think I did. This will be known as the Hague Defense Commitment, which is pretty good, pretty appropriate. When the allies reach this number, it will add more than $1 trillion a year. Think of that, $1 trillion per year to our common defense. And this is a monument really to victory, but it's a monumental win for the United States, because we were carrying much more than our fair share to victory, but it's a monumental win for the United States because we were carrying much more than our fair share. It was quite unfair, actually. But this is a big win for Europe and for actually Western civilization. For years, past administrations failed to get most allies to contribute even the 2%. I remember when I came here, we had 4 countries that were up to 2%, and I remember Poland was there. A couple of them were there, and but most of them were. We had 28 at the time. As you know, it's increased a little bit, and they've agreed now to more than double their budgets in all cases. And Europe stepping up to take more responsibility for its security will help prevent future disasters like the horrible situation with Russia and Ukraine, and hopefully we're going to get that solved. Last week they lost 7,000 soldiers, mostly soldiers, but they're also getting hit in Kiev. They're getting hit in some of the towns also. And that means life. Life is disappearing also in the cities and towns. Should have never happened, would have never happened if I was president. Said it 1,000 times. And it never did happen. It's never even thought about. But it's vital that this additional money be spent on very serious military hardware, not bureaucracy. And hopefully that hardware is going to be made in America because we have the best hardware in the world. You saw that where 14 missiles were shot at us the other day. And They were very nice. They gave us warning. They said, we're going to shoot him. Is 1 o'clock okay? They said, it's fine. And everybody was emptied off the base, so they couldn't get hurt except for the gunners. They call them the gunners. And out of 14 high-end missiles that were shot at the base in Qatar, all 14, as you know, were shot down by our equipment. Amazing stuff. Amazing that they can do. It's like shooting a bullet with a bullet. It's the same thing if you think about it.
Or a golf ball with a golf
14,
ball.
And they weren't even that surprised. I said, do you do that well often? They say, we pretty much do, sir. The Ukraine crisis has also highlighted the urgency of rebuilding our defense industrial base, both in the United States and among the allied nations. We cannot afford to be dependent on foreign adversaries for critical minerals. And as you know, we made a deal with Ukraine to take a vast amount of the land they have for minerals. We need it. And once again, I want to thank all of the people in the Netherlands, incredible people. It's a great place. And all of the NATO allies for the tremendous summit that we just had. A letter just came in, and a statement came in from the Atomic Energy Commission of Israel. And I just wanted, this is an official letter, and they're very serious people, as you know. The devastating U.S. strike on Fordo destroyed the site's critical infrastructure and rendered the enrichment facility totally inoperable. It was devastated. We assess that the American strikes on Iran's nuclear facilities has set back Iran's ability to develop nuclear weapons for many years to come. This achievement can continue indefinitely if Iran does not get access to nuclear material, which it won't. It's so sad that that whole thing had to go. But I just want to thank our pilots. You know, they were maligned and treated very bad, demeaned by fake news CNN, which is back there, believe it or not, wasting time, nobody's watching them. So they're just wasting a lot of time, wasting my time. And the New York Times, they put out a story that, well, maybe they were hit, but it wasn't bad. Well, it was so bad that they ended the war. It ended the war. Somebody said in a certain way, you know, that it was so devastating, actually. If you look at Hiroshima, if you look at Nagasaki, you know, that ended a war too. This ended a war in a different way, but it was so devastating. Also, they have, out of Dubai, just came that Iran's foreign ministry spokesman, this is Iran's foreign ministry, says its nuclear installations were very badly damaged by the American strike. So what bothered me about these reports were fake reports put out by the New York Times, I call it the failing New York Times because it's doing terribly. Without me, it would be doing no business at all. But, and by fake news, CNN and MSDNC, all of these terrible people, you know, they have no credibility. You know, when I started, they were at 94% credibility, the media. Now it's at 16%. And I'm very proud of it because I've exposed it for what it is. But when I saw them starting to question the caliber of the attack, was it bad? Well, it was really bad. It was devastating. They were obliterated. In fact, you can't get into the tunnels. They just put that over. That just came out. They can't. There's nothing. There's no way you can even get down. The whole thing is collapsed in a disaster. And I think all of the nuclear stuff is down there because it's very hard to remove. And we did it very quickly. When they heard we were coming, it was, you know, you can't move it. Very hard, very dangerous, actually, to move too. And they also knew we were coming, so I don't think too many people want to be down there knowing we're coming. With the bunker busters, as we call them, we're the only ones that have them. We have the best equipment, best nuclear equipment, and we have the best equipment in the world. And by the way, we can't forget our submarine, which was out there, submarines actually, but submarine was out there. We shot 30 rockets into an area, every single one of them. I think it was almost 400 miles away, I think, Pete, right? 400 and long. It was in the ocean, long ways away. And we shot a total of 30. Every single one of them hit within 9 inches from where it was supposed to be. It took out a lot because we didn't do just Fordo. We did 2 others in addition. which hadn't been completely destroyed. So we hit them with a submarine from hundreds of miles away. Amazing, just amazing equipment. Greatest submarines in the world. Nobody's even close. They're 20 years behind us when it comes to submarine technology. So that's one, and the other was from the Atomic Energy Commission, and they have about 3 or 4 of them now coming in from Atomic Energy Commissions from various places. But the one that we have that just came out, we released it a little while ago, was from the Israeli Atomic Energy Commission, but numerous of them are getting to see the site, and the site has been demolished. And again, we had these brave patriots, these incredible flyers, these people that can fly a plane better than anybody can fly a plane, going into very hostile territory, flying into the territory that has got more missiles and things pointed at it. But it was very stealth. They didn't get to see it. It was dark. That's the amazing thing about the shots. They hit the shots perfectly, and yet it was dead dark. There was no moon. There was no light. It was virtually moonless. It was very dark, and the shots were hit perfectly. But when they get demeaned, and they were very upset about it because they knew how strong it would be. Back in Missouri, the pilots flew about 36 hours, 2 ways, far distance, and in those incredible B-2s. And we then had the F-22s, and we had the F-35s, and we had other planes, and we had, I think, a total of 52 tankers. That means the big tankers, because the refueling was a lot for all of the different planes that we sent. Incredible operation, and I have to say, General Raisin Kane was incredible. That's why he beat ISIS, and we beat ISIS in a matter of weeks. I was told it would take 4 to 5 years. We did it in a few weeks. And he was great. That's why he's the head of the Joint Chiefs of Staff right now, because I had a very good experience with him. He knocked out ISIS in a period of literally a few weeks. Amazing. And it was supposed to take a few years, 5 years to be exact. So we had a great victory there, and we then came here, and I think we had a great victory here. But this is an ongoing project. This is the safety of Europe, the safety of the world. And they've raised it from 2% to 5%, something which nobody, and you're talking about over $1 trillion a year. So we're talking about a lot of money from coming in from countries that we're not paying nearly enough to be effective. So I have, as you know, Marco Rubio with me, and Pete Hegseth, Secretary of State and Secretary of War. Should we say Secretary? You know, it used to be called Secretary of War. Maybe for a couple of weeks we'll call it that, because we feel like warriors. Used to be called Secretary of War. In fact, if you look at the old building next to the White House, you can see where it used to be Secretary of War. Then we became politically correct, and they called it Secretary of Defense. I don't know, maybe we'll have to start thinking about changing it, but we feel that way. Do we have any questions, please? Wow. That's a lot of questions.
Damn, guys.
Who's a nice person? Oh, you're not a nice person, but I'll let you ask one. Go ahead. What's he going to ask? He is not nice at all. I know him well.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Yeah.
Thank you for taking the time before flying home. You just said you believe the conflict between Israel and Iran is over. What makes you so confident it is? And what do you do if it isn't?
Because I dealt with both, and they're both tired, exhausted. They fought very, very hard and very viciously, very violently. And they were both satisfied to go home and get out. And can it start again? I guess someday it can. It could maybe start soon. I think a big telltale sign was when, as you know, Iran somewhat, by not much, violated the ceasefire. And Israel had the planes going out that morning, and there were a lot of them, 52 of them. And I said, you got to get them back. And they brought them back. They didn't do anything. They brought them back. It was very good. I thought it was amazing, actually. They have fought a hell of a war. They fought very hard. I think the war ended, actually, when we hit the various nuclear sites with the planes. And I just hope you people can give these pilots, these are the best pilots in the world. They're the best shots in the world. They call them shots. That's what they are. And wait a minute. And I just hope you can give them the respect they deserve, because they came home to fake news. And like, oh, gee, there was hardly any damage. The things are decimated. So, but I think No, I think they're very much finished. I think Israel's going to get back to doing what they do, and I think that Iran's going to get back. You know, Iran has a huge advantage. They have great oil, and they can do things. I don't see them getting back involved in the nuclear business anymore. I think they've had it. They've been at it for 20 years, and I don't see that happening either. Now, if it does, we're always there. It won't be me. It'll be somebody else, but we're there. We'll have to do something about it. Yes, please, go ahead. Go ahead. Oh, fake news, CNN?
I'll hold it.
Oh, yeah, here we go. Wait till you hear this question.
Oh my God, guys in the chat.
You should really say how great our soldiers and our warriors are.
I think everyone appreciates our soldiers and our warriors. I do have two questions for you, Mr. President. You just cited Israeli intelligence on these attacks. Earlier, you said U.S. intelligence was inconclusive. Are you relying on Israeli intelligence for your assessment of the impact of the strikes?
No, this is also Iran made the statement. And it's also, if you read the document that was given, that Pete can talk about if you'd like, the document said it could be very severe damage, but they didn't take that. They said it could be limited or it could be very severe. They really didn't know, other than to say it could be limited or it could be very, very severe. And you didn't choose to put that because it was very early after. Since then, we've collected additional intelligence. We've also spoken to people who have seen the site, and the site is obliterated. And we think everything nuclear is down there. They didn't take it out. Okay, question? Please, go ahead. Go ahead. Yeah, blue dress.
Thank you so much, Mr. President. Yesterday, you said China can now continue to purchase oil from Iran.
Yeah.
Are you giving up on your maximum pressure campaign? Because there are sanctions right now.
With who?
On Iran.
No, look, they just had a war. The war was fought. They fought it bravely. I'm not giving up. They're in the oil business. I mean, I could stop it if I wanted. I could sell China the oil myself. I don't want to do that. They're going to need money to put that country back into shape. We want to see that happen. Would it? No. If they're going to sell oil, they're going to sell oil. We're not taking over the oil. We could have, you know. I used to say with Iraq, keep the oil. I could say it here, too. We could have kept the oil. No, China is going to want to buy oil. They can buy it from us. They can buy it from other people. But you're going to have to put that country back into shape. It desperately needs money. Yeah.
Mr. President.
Yeah, please. Here we go. I'm picking the beauties today. Go ahead.
Mr. President, Secretary General Rutte has described President Putin as an adversary, a threat, an enemy. Do you view him the same way? And in addition to that, you mentioned General Kane, your chief of staff, the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff.
General Kane.
Yes, he has said that Mr. Putin has territorial ambitions beyond Ukraine. Do you view that in the same way?
Possible. I mean, it's possible. I know one thing. He'd like to settle. He'd like to get out of this thing. It's a mess for him. He called the other day. He said, can I help you with Iran? I said, no, you can help me with Russia. Because, you know, in the last few weeks, we took care of India and Pakistan, Kosovo, Serbia. I think on Friday we have coming in, the Congo is coming in and Rwanda is coming in. That was a vicious war that went on, a machete war, heads chopped off all over Africa. They're coming in. We did two others in addition to that. Nobody's ever done anything like this. No, I consider him a person that's, I think, been misguided. I'm very surprised, actually. I thought we would have had that settled easy. I've settled 4 of them in the meantime. But he did call up, and he said, you know, he's close to Iran. He'd like to help us get a settlement. I said, no, you help me get a settlement with you, with Russia. And I think we're going to be doing that, too. Yeah, please. Go ahead, please.
Thank you, Mr. President. You've made clear your position on what impact the strikes had. I wanted to ask you what is next with Iran. For instance, is there any indication from U.S. intelligence that Iran was able to move any material, including
No, just the opposite. We think we hit them so hard and so fast they didn't get to move. And if you knew about that material, it's very hard and very dangerous to move. It's called in many people, they call it dust. But it's very, very heavy. It's very, very hard to move. And they were way down. You know, they're 30 stories down. They're literally 30, 35 stories down underground. Oh yeah, we think we think it's covered with granite, concrete, and steel.
Can I ask you, are you interested in restarting negotiations with Iran? And if so, have they reciprocated?
So
or is
our
this
people,
sort of a settled
Marco could answer this, but our people are not. I'm not. The way I look at it, they fought. The war's done, and I could get a statement that they're not going to go nuclear. We're probably going to ask for that, but they're not going to be doing it. But they're not going to be doing it anyway. They've had it. They've had it. Now maybe someday in the future we'll want that. But I've asked Marco, do you want to draw? I just asked him the question as we were walking on the stage. Do you want to draw up a little agreement for them to sign? Because I think we can get them to sign it. I don't think it's necessary. Marco, do you want to talk about that, please?
Mr. President, I think President Trump has shown a willingness to meet and talk to anybody in the world who's interested in peace. I don't know of any president that's been as willing as he has to meet with anyone and talk about peace. We'd love to have peaceful relations with any country in the world. And so obviously that'll depend on Iran's willingness not just to engage in peace, but to negotiate directly with the United States, not through some third country or fourth country process. But I know of no president, probably in our modern history, that's sought peace more than President Trump has.
Sounds like the door is open, but you're in no rush. Is that right? Sounds like the door is open, but
I'll tell you what, look, we're going to talk to them next week with Iran. We may sign an agreement. I don't know. To me, I don't think it's that necessary. I mean, they had a war, they fought. Now they're going back to their world. I don't care if I have an agreement or not. The only thing we'd be asking for is what we were asking for before about we want no nuclear, but we destroyed the nuclear. In other words, that's destroyed. I said, Iran will not have nuclear. Well, we blew it up. It's blown up to kingdom come. And so I don't feel very strongly about it. If we got a document, wouldn't be bad. We're going to meet with them, actually. We're going to meet with them. Yeah, go ahead, please.
Mr. President, Netherlands TV, thank you for visiting our country.
Good.
As I understood, I, of course, I'd like to know how you slept last night at the House of the King.
Oh, I slept beautifully.
But probably a more serious question. I think you just had a meeting with President Zelensky. Did you discuss any ceasefire in this Russo-Ukrainian war?
No, I wanted to know how he's doing. He was very nice, actually. We had little rough times sometimes. He was, couldn't have been nicer. I think he'd like to see an end to this. I do. I think what I took from the meeting couldn't have been nicer, actually. But I took from the meeting that he'd like to see it end. I think it's a great time to end it. I'm going to speak to Vladimir Putin, see if we can get it ended. But look, these are brave people. They're fighting these wars all over the place. Last week they had, I guess, I told you, close to 7,000 young soldiers, Russian and Ukrainian soldiers were killed, 7,000 in 1 week. It's crazy. It's crazy. So I'll be speaking to Putin. Now, I had a good meeting with Zelensky, and I had a lot of good meetings. We had a lot of good meetings with a lot of people, a lot of great leaders. But he's fighting a brave battle. It's a tough battle. Yeah. Go ahead, white dress.
Thank you. Ida Hallikainen from Finland, Ilta-Sanomat. You have played golf with President Alexander Stubb. How do you see Finland as a NATO ally and partner, and how would you describe your relationship with our president?
Well, he's a very good golfer, okay? In fact, he was on his college golf team. He went to a good college in the South, as you know, a very good college, and he was a good golfer. We had a good time. I think my relationship's great. I want to buy icebreakers. You're very good at icebreakers. And I actually made him an offer. I didn't go to Congress. They'll try and impeach me for this. But there's an old, it's not old, it's fairly new, but it's used icebreaker. And I offered him about 1/3 of what he asked for. But we're negotiating. We need icebreakers in the U.S. And if we can get some inexpensively, I'd like to do that. Actually, they'll fix it up, make it good. Also, we may buy some icebreakers. You're the king of icebreakers, that particular country. They make them good. They make them really good, and they know what they're doing. And so we're negotiating with them for about 15 different icebreakers, but one of them is available now. It's old, and it's, old. It's like 5-6 years old. And we're trying to buy it. I'm trying to make a good deal. all I do. My whole life, that's all I do is make deals. Yeah, please. Go ahead, sir. Go ahead.
Yeah, a question for NewsHour, Dutch TV. First of all, on Article 5, on your way here, you spoke about the commitment of the U.S. to Article 5, saying, I'll give you my definition once we're here. What is your definition, and may the U.S. commitment to Article 5 change in case some of the NATO members do not reach the threshold that was discussed today? My second question is following up on a colleague on Iran. What intel reports do say that everything over there was obliterated?
Yeah, well, there are numerous of those reports, and they're coming out fast and furious. But the most respected ones we've already seen. And I will say that on a very confidential basis, they're looking at the reports, like numerous reports, and including people going to the site and checking the site. And they're going to be having, I guess you're going to be having over the next couple of days you're going to encapsulate it. But no, the site was obliterated, just like I said it was. And just like the pilots should be given credit for. As far as Article 5, look, when I came here because it was something I'm supposed to be doing, but I left here a little bit differently. I said, I watched the heads of these countries get up, and the love and the passion that they showed for their country was unbelievable. I've never seen quite anything like it. They want to protect their country, and they need the United States. And without the United States, it's not going to be the same. And you can ask Mark, or you can ask any of the people that were there. It was really moving to see it. They love their country. They were so respectful of me because I'm the head of the United States. And I made, the King of Saudi Arabia, when I was in the Middle East. So I was in Qatar for a different reason, not a reason to get shot at. We were in there for economic development reasons, Qatar, UAE, and Saudi Arabia. All three leaders of those countries, and we took back $5.1 trillion into the United States. All three leaders said, you're presiding over the hottest country in the world. The United States right now is the hottest everybody wants to be there. Everybody wants a piece of it. He said, a year ago, your country was dead. You had a deadhead running it. You had a country that was dead, and it was dead. You had people pouring through the borders. You had inflation. You had everything. He said, you've made it in 5 months at that time. You've made it the hottest country. This is the hottest country in the world. The United States right now is the hottest country in the world. And when I was around that table, it was a nice group of people, many of whom I knew from previous. When I saw the passion they had for the country, and almost everyone, and you probably have the tapes, it was very public, but almost every one of them said, thank God for the United States. Without the United States, they couldn't really have NATO. It wouldn't work. It wouldn't work. It will in the future because now they're paying much more money, but it wouldn't work. It was great. And I left here differently. I left here saying that these people really love their countries. It's not a ripoff. And we're here to help them protect their country. Okay, we'll do one or two more.
Thank you, Mr. President. A question on Spain. Are you satisfied with today's...
Oh, I think Spain's terrible what they've done. No, I do. They're the only country that won't pay the full up. They want to stay at 2%. I think it's terrible. And they're doing very well. The economy is very well. And that economy could be blown right out of the water with something bad happening. Spain is the only country that... Are you from Spain?
Yeah.
Good, congratulations. You're the only country that is not paying. I don't know what the problem is. I think it's too bad. So we'll make it up. You know what we're going to do? We're negotiating with Spain on a trade deal. We're going to make them pay twice as much. And I'm actually serious about that. We're going to make Spain... I like Spain. I have so many people from Spain that it's a great place and they're great people. But Spain is the only country out of all of the countries that refuses to pay. And, so they want a little bit of a free ride. But they'll have to pay it back to us on trade because I'm not going to let that happen. It's unfair. It's unfair to NATO. All right, sir, please. Go ahead, right in the back. Yeah, you, tall one. The tall man.
Mr. President, Johannes Petra from Austrian National Television.
How are you?
You once said that you would end the Ukraine war in 24 hours. You later said that sarcastically.
Well, of course it was sarcastic.
But you've now been in office for 5 months and 5 days. Why have you not been able to end the Ukraine war?
Because it's more difficult than people would have any idea. Vladimir Putin has been more difficult. Frankly, I had some problems with Zelensky. You may have read about him. And it's been more difficult than other wars. I mean, look, we just ended a war in 12 days that was simmering for 30 years, frankly. We ended Rwanda and the Congo. They're coming to sign the documents. We've already signed basic documents, but they're coming, I think, to the White House on Friday. We ended, Serbia was going to go at it. But maybe the most important of all, India and Pakistan. And that wasn't whether or not they may someday have nukes like we're talking about in the Middle East, like we're talking about with Israel and Iran. This is they have nuclear weapons. I ended that with a series of phone calls on trade. I said, look, if you're going to go fighting each other, it was getting very bad. You know how bad that last attack was. It was really bad. If you're going to go fighting each other, we're not doing any trade deal. No, you have to do a trade deal. I said, we're not doing any trade deal. And in fact, I had the general, who was very impressive. The general from Pakistan was in my office last week. You know, Prime Minister Modi is a great friend of mine. He's a great gentleman. He's a great man. And I got them to reason. I said, we're not doing a trade deal if you're going to fight. And if you're going to fight each other, we're not doing a trade deal. And you know what? They said, no, I want to do the trade deal. We stopped the nuclear war. Go ahead. Go ahead, Jeff. Here's another beauty, Jeff. He's a beauty, all right. Go ahead.
Mr. President, a follow-up on Ukraine. Will the United States contribute any more money to Ukraine's defense this year to the $5 billion that allies are giving? And one question, you had another meeting with the Dutch opposition leader, Mr. Wilders. Can you tell us about that meeting? And are you upset about his anti-Muslim stance?
I'm not upset about it. It's just his view. He's unhappy with the way things are going in this country and various countries. He was an opposition leader. And I was asked to meet with the opposition leader by the people that are running. I think they have some deal where if you have a meeting, you're supposed to meet with an opposition leader. I said, that's strange. We don't do that. But I met with I didn't know him. He seemed like a very nice guy, but he's in opposition to the current people, and that was set up by the current people. So I assume when I met with the Prime Minister, you're supposed to meet with the opposition. We'll have to try that sometime in our country. Let's not do it. But I thought he was very good. As far as money going, we'll see what happens. There's a lot of spirit. Look, Vladimir Putin really has to end that war. People are dying at levels that people haven't seen before for a long time. Go ahead. Go ahead. White shirt. Oh, she's all excited.
Okay. So, BBC News Ukrainian. I would
Where are
like
you
to
from?
ask you, I'm from Ukraine.
Oh.
So my question to you is whether or not the U.S. is ready to sell anti-air missile systems Patriot to Ukraine. We know that Russia has been pounding Ukraine really heavily right now.
Are you living yourself now in Ukraine?
My husband is there.
Wow.
And
I can see you're very, it's amazing.
And me with the kids, I'm in Warsaw actually, because he wanted me to be
Is your husband a soldier? No?
He is.
He's there now?
Yeah.
Wow. That's rough stuff, right? That's tough. And you're living here?
In Warsaw.
And you're a reporter?
I am.
Good. So let me just tell you, they do want to have the missiles, okay, as they call them, the Patriots. And we're going to see if we can make some available, They're very hard to get. We need them too. We were supplying them to Israel, and they're very effective, 100% effective. Hard to believe how effective. And they do want that more than any other thing, as you probably know. That's a very good question, and I wish you a lot of luck. I mean, I can see it's very upsetting to you. So say hello to your husband, okay? Thank you. Go ahead. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. President. You were criticizing...
Where are you from?
Bloomberg News.
Oh, Bloomberg.
That's
wonderful.
You were criticizing the Federal Reserve Chair before coming to this summit.
Yeah, I think he's terrible.
I was wondering if you've begun interviewing different candidates for the Fed pick.
Yeah, I know within 3 or 4 people who are going to pick. I mean, he goes out pretty soon, fortunately, because I think he's terrible. We have no inflation. We have a tremendous economy. Hundreds of billions of dollars of tariff money is pouring in. Factories are being built because they don't want to pay the tariffs, so they're building them all over the country. I think we're close to $15 trillion. I told you 5.1 trillion from the Middle East alone, but of investment money coming in. There's never been anything like that in the history of our country. But we have no inflation. And we have borrowing because Biden, stupidly, they did short-term debt. So we have borrowing coming up. And, you know, we'll go 10 years, maybe longer, maybe shorter, but we'll go a long period of time when we do the debt. And because of him, because of this guy, we will have to pay for years. We'll be paying for him. And I said to him, listen, there's no inflation. He says, but maybe there'll be some. That's true. I said, if there is some, what you do is raise the rate. I'm okay with that. You raise the rate in 2 years from now or in a year from now. But because the rate's high, we have to pay more for debt. It's pretty equal. In other words, if it's 4%, it's 4%. If you drop it a point, you'll pay 3%. So it's fairly equal, not necessarily, but fairly equal. So we're going to end up paying maybe 2 points or 3 points more. 3 points would be about $900 billion a year because of this very average mentally person. He's an average mentally person. I'd say low in terms of what he does, low IQ for what he does, okay? Wait, so instead of paying $900 billion, we don't want to pay 900 just because he doesn't want to lower the rate. I said, if there's inflation in 2 years or 3 years or 1 year from now, you raise the rate and you take care of the inflation, among other things. But he's probably a very political guy, I guess. I don't know. I think he's a very stupid person, actually. All right, one more. Let's go. How about you? Go ahead. She looks so happy and everything.
Thank you.
That's why I
I'm
picked
from
her.
Spain too. I'm Ana Buch from La Vanguardia. I wanted to know if you...
You're where from?
Spain too.
Ah.
I wanted to know if you want to
That's the
negotiate...
Spain corner right there. Shouldn't have said that. That's okay. I do like Spain, by the way. I think it's unfair that they're not paying, but go ahead.
Are you going to negotiate directly with Spain about...
I'm going to negotiate directly with Spain. I'm going to do it myself. They're going to pay. They'll pay more money this way. You should tell them to go back and pay. You're a reporter? Tell them to go back and join all of those countries that are paying 5%. Spain's going to be just about the only one that's not. They were the most hostile toward doing it. It just doesn't make sense to me. Okay, all right, Kelly, go ahead.
It's more like Trump versus the world at NATO.
Here we go. Here's another one.
Hello, sir. Thank you very
We
much.
got them all today.
Okay. So, Mr. President, you talked about expecting some on-the-ground assessments at Fordo and other
Yeah.
sites.
Now here-
Is that
here again.
Israeli and U.S.?
It's been obliterated, Kelly. It's been
What is your message then, sir, to the intelligence community when they present reports? You're not disputing the DIA report. You're just
They presented a
exists.
report that wasn't finished. We're talking about something that took place 3 days ago.
I understand that, sir.
The
It's an
report was
initial
done
assessment. So
2
what
days
is
ago.
your...
Wait a minute.
Yes.
They didn't see it. All they can do is take a guess. Now, if you take a look at the pictures, if you take a look how it's all blackened, you know the fire and brimstone is all underground because it's granite and it's all underground. You don't show it. But even there, with all of that being said, the whole area for 75 yards around the hole where it hit is black with fire. The group that's run by this gentleman, in fact, you may want to talk about it for a second because we're going to issue a report. And I think it's not even a very exciting report at this point. It's been obliterated, totally obliterated. And they did a report, but it was like, if you look at the dates, it's just a few days after it
Understood,
happened.
sir.
So they didn't see it. They said it may be very severe. Go
Understood.
ahead.
Do you have a message for the intelligence community, though, in terms of unvarnished information getting to you, that it's not
I don't
just-
really have a message. I would say issue the report when you know what happened. I wouldn't say that it could be severe or maybe not. They use the word severe. It could be severe or maybe it's not.
And briefly,
So people like you picked up and said, oh, it's not severe.
We're just
no,
looking for the
the report was not a complete report. Yeah, the message was probably wait till you know the answer before you.
And
go
sir,
ahead.
did you not
Damn, he's
have a
feisty
public
today.
component to your Zelensky meeting for a tactical reason with President Putin?
Let him answer.
Hello, Mr. Secretary.
Yeah. There's a reason the president calls out fake news for what it is. These pilots, these refuelers, these fighters, these air defenders, the skill and the courage it took to go into enemy territory flying 36 hours on behalf of the American people and the world to take out a nuclear program is beyond what anyone in this audience can fathom. And then the instinct of CNN, the instinct of the New York Times is to try to find a way to spin it for their own political reasons to try to hurt President Trump or our country. They don't care what the troops think. They don't care what the world thinks. They want to spin it to try to make him look bad based on a leak.
I want the
Of course,
truth.
we've all seen plenty of leakers. And what do leakers do? They have agendas. And what do? Do they share the whole information or just the part that they want to introduce? And when they introduce that preliminary, a preliminary report that's deemed to be a low assessment, you know what a low assessment means? Low confidence in the data in that report. And why is there low confidence? Because all of the evidence of what was just bombed by 12 30,000-pound bombs is buried under a mountain, devastated and obliterated. So if you want to make an assessment of what happened at Fordo, you better get a big shovel and go really deep, because Iran's nuclear program is obliterated. And somebody somewhere is trying to leak something to say, oh, with low confidence, we think maybe it's moderate. Those that dropped the bombs precisely in the right place know exactly what happened when that exploded. And you know who else knows? Iran. That's why they came to the table right away, because their nuclear capabilities have been set back beyond what they thought were possible because of the courage of a commander-in-chief who led our troops, despite what the fake news wants to say.
But you're not disputing the report said what it said, even though it was initial.
The report said what it said, and it was fine. It was severe, they think, but they had no idea. They shouldn't have issued a report until they did. But we've gotten the information. I think Pete said it better than you can say it. And you know, you should be proud, you, especially you, should be proud of those pilots, and you shouldn't be trying to demean them.
No, there's
those pilots flew at great risk, a big chance that they'd never come back home and see their husbands or their wives. Let me just tell you, you and NBC, fake news, which is one of the worst, and CNN, New York Times, are all bad. They're sick. There's something wrong with them. You know what? You should be praising those people instead of trying to find some. By getting me, by trying to go and get me, you're hurting those people. They were devastated. You know, I got a call from Missouri, great state, that I won 3 times by a lot. And I got a call that the pilots and the people on the plane were devastated because they were trying to minimize the attack. And they all said it was hit. But we don't think it was really maybe hit that badly. And they were devastated. They put their lives on the line, and then they have, and I'm not referring to you, but real scum come out and write reports that are as negative as they could possibly be. It should be the opposite. You should make them heroes and heroines. You should make them really people that they were so devastated when they heard this news. And you know what they said? One of them, I spoke to one of them, said, "Sir, we hit the site. It was perfect. It was dead on," because they don't understand fake news, because they have a normal life, except they have to fly very big, very fast planes. But it's a shame. You should be making them heroes. All right, in the back. Go ahead, back, white.
Man, he's still going. It's crazy.
White jacket. Yeah. Go ahead, give my mic. Hello.
Deborah Haynes from Sky News. Mark Rutte, the NATO chief, who is your friend, he called you daddy earlier. Do you regard your NATO allies as kind of children?
No, he likes me. I think he likes me. If he doesn't, I'll let you know. I'll come back and I'll hit him hard, okay? No?
Do you
He did it very affectionate. Daddy, you're my daddy.
Do you regard your NATO allies, though, as kind of like children, and they're obviously listening to you and they're spending more, and you're obviously appreciative of that, but do you hope that actually they're going to be able to defend themselves, defend Europe on their own, without
I think they
the
need
United
help a little
States.
bit at the beginning, and I
But
think
in
they'll
the-
be
in the
able
end-
to. And I think they're going to remember this day. And this was a big day for NATO. You know, this was a very big day. They took it. One of the gentlemen said, you know what? We've been trying to raise money raise the rate for 30 years, he said, 20 years, from almost the beginning. And he's been there for a long time. He said, until you came along, it never happened. What you did is amazing. It's been sort of an amazing day for a lot of reasons, but also for that. Yeah, go ahead.
Do you think they can do it without you, though, in the future? Can they do it without
Well, ask
the United
Mark.
States?
I mean, you have to ask Mark. Okay. So we're heading back. We're heading back. I want to thank these two gentlemen behind me. They're incredible people, both of them. They've done a fantastic job. And Susie's in the front, and she's done great. And Monica, thank you very much. It was quite an exciting time. And we're going to be heading back. We'll be back soon, and we'll see you in Washington, D.C. Remember this, we have the hottest country anywhere in the world. Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you.
All right, that was President.
Damn,
Donald
guys,
Trump
holy crap. Wow, mic drop from Trump. I love him or hate him? He is my spirit animal right now, guys. Holy crap. That man is 79 going on 80, and he's telling the world like it is. I'm feeling it, guys. I'm feeling it. That's amazing. I cannot believe all the things that Trump just said. Insane. And yeah, and we got Vegeta out here. Guys, you feel the peace? I thought that they basically encapsulated the feels right now. Peace is here, guys. It's time for the great pumpage to come. God. The pumpening here on Pump Day. Happy Pump Day, guys. Happy Pump Day. Bitcoin still holding up pretty good on the backs of the NATO announcement from, of course, Donald J. Trump. Let's see if I can. I'm losing my charts. There we go. Let's take a look at the chart real quick. Returning back to a retest 108 here in the next few minutes. Will it break out? Well, I can show you right now. It's brought to you by Kimba, the White Snowland for free. Don't pay for something you get for free, guys. It's all over the damn place here on YouTube. It's just another subscription you don't have to pay. And yeah, it looks like we're about ready to see another retest at 108 here in the next 15-30 minutes. And it might get beaten down just one more time until we really break out. This is a key level. Let me get back to the chart and show you what I'm talking about. So we zoom out just a little bit right here. We can see we go back to back in June 16th. We hit this little bit of a retest of 108, 109, 1097, 109.1. Jesus, basically 109, right? 108.9, right in that area, and that's kind of what we're trying to get back up to right now. I wonder if I can zoom a little bit. Can I zoom in a little bit closer and still keep that? Not really. I guess I'll keep the 15-minute up. That's fine. So yeah, right there you can see it. Oh, that's why. It's because I pulled this out for the. Yeah, just so we could track the price action while Trump's speaking. I do want to get back in the chat real quick and catch up with you guys too, but I just wanted to give you an idea. This is what we're looking at right now. Can we get up above and stay above 108? That's the most important area I think we're going to have for today. And then Jake the Snake, I think he's right on target. He's right on target for tomorrow. The only thing standing in our way, though, is going to be the slight market sell-off we may have as the options expire on Friday, so keep an eye out for that. That's going to happen at midnight, though, on Thursday, right? As we roll into Friday, the options expire. All right, so let's see what else you guys are talking about in the chat. Hopefully everyone is feeling pretty good today. I gotta look at my portfolio too. I'm pretty sure we're all up and looking pretty good today. Let me scroll back up and catch up with you guys here. Damn, I got a lot to catch up on. Yeah, Trump was talking quite a bit. We're almost at 11 o'clock, guys. Holy crap, getting into the afternoon, into overtime for the stream. All right, so yeah, Over the Top Shot says, what's up? Twitch, not the stream. Okay, we had a little bit of an issue trying to get the live going for the covering on Mr. The Orange Man. Brayward McFram says, We love you, bro. We love you. I love you too, guys. Thank you. Thank you. We are on track for 3:48 p.m. tomorrow, says Jake the Snake. And I put the poll up there. And guys, 75% of you say, yes, Jake is right. We're going to the moon tomorrow. On Thursday, guys. Happy Thursday. Bring the hammer tomorrow. Where's Milk Money for this one? His dog's gonna have a heyday tomorrow. What else are we looking at? What else can I shout out you guys to? Bitcoin going up to 100K. Yes, during the heat of it. We're on track for yes. We're on track. Braveheart McFreedom says, I think at our base in Qatar knew it was coming. The retaliation. I don't think they wanted to kill the troops of the U.S. base of Qatar. They just had to show some sort of strength, right? Everyone got to look strong for a few, and if any died, but the show was nice. The weapons sales will grow and the leaders will look strong. Yeah, that's all it was really about, guys. Just of course everyone showing the length of their penis. That's all it is, man. It's stupid stuff.
What are you, stupid?
All right, and I'm gonna get banned. Well played. Haha. Okay, gotcha. Bien. Let's see what we got here. Yes, Bitcoin all-time high would be the beginning of the bull run, I suppose. Bitcoin definitely feels bullish right now. Yes, it does. Braveheart McFreedom, of course, with Donald Trump as our spirit animal. I feel like anything's possible. An 80-year-old man telling the world like it is. I cannot believe it. The last 48 hours have been insane. Let's see what Jake the Snake says. Yes, I'm happy we are just going to the right direction. Up. Chatty C, how's it going, Chad? How's it going? Just stepped by to say hi. Yes, and Godzilla just entered the chat. He did. he melted a lot of faces this morning, too. What's your target? Chatty C says on... Oh yeah, he was calling Jake the Snake out on his all-time high. At least retesting 112. I think that's a good, fair assessment there, Jake. Again, we're only about $4,000 away from hitting that anyway right now. Jake the Snake was my favorite wrestler, says Chatty C. Oh my god, that wrestler is crazy. I did not know about him until I met Jake the Snake here on the show. I did watch a little bit of wrestling when I was a little kid, especially in the late 80s, early 90s. I did like, of course, Hulk Hogan when I was a kid, and I still have a whole bunch of old action figures of him, as you guys have seen me pop off a few times last year. But since I moved the stream, I haven't had all my toys unpacked yet. Got a lot of props, of course, I gotta pull out. But Jake the Snake, let's see, WWF. Remember when it was called WWF? Yesteryear. Okay, hopefully my browser doesn't crash. I try to pop off this. There we go, guys. There's Jake the Snake, our crypto correspondent here on the channel. Of course, giving you the all-time high, and of course the elbow to the face, elbow drop. Oh my gosh, and bringing the stakes to the stage apparently. Crazy. Jake the Snake Roberts. My boy. Milk Money in the house. How's it going? Exciting for what's coming. And we're all excited, dude. Our bags are going to pump like no tomorrow. Guys, we're testing 108 right now, live on the stream. We're almost there, back at 107.9, 109. Here we guys, almost there, guys. What else I'm going with Pal today? What's going on with Pal today? I didn't know if he was doing anything today. We could take a look and see that. Usually Wednesdays are his thing, but it's not CPI. We have to wait another month for CPI. Pretty much 2 or 3 weeks. 107.9 still holding. Oh, down to 107.89. Oh no, the end of the world, guys. Oh no. We can, of course, consolidate a little bit more. Let's zoom in and see what's going on in the 1 minute real quick. And yeah, we're still between our baseline and bull case scenario. As I predicted last night, we would be here, and here we are. Of course, I don't get all the credit. The Crypto Chaos magic does, and it continues. I'm going to roll over a little bit still. We can still go sideways a little bit and roll over, as the markets have been really heated. And the foreign markets have pumped their bags. Usually what happens is the foreign market pumps their bags. We do a little bit of the yin and yang, and we dump it a little bit there. But by 3 p.m., I will almost guarantee you that ETFs will buy whatever dip remains up, and then we'll continue up into the upside, unless we have, of course, a black swan-like event. Oh, speaking of which, let's take a look. I wanted to see how much they've been buying up here recently. You can take a look. All you gotta do, guys, is go up to one of these little drops or pumps and take a look at price action. I'm in the 1 minute, that's why I can't find it. And look at price action right around 3 p.m. That's where, of course, the U.S. Market stops trading and the ETFs are settled. This looks kind of like an ETF pump right there. No, it's not quite. That's a little later. Right there's probably one right here. Right there. 3 p.m. Boom. Settled. And that's on the 15-minute. So the ETFs, that was yesterday? Yes, that was yesterday. ETFs bought, it bumped the price about 0.5% yesterday after hours. All right, so yeah, keep an eye on that as I do every single day. Give you guys, of course, the lowdown as it comes to me. All right, what else we got in the chat here? Taco Man, not tired of winning. Guys, I'm never tired of winning. Never tired of winning.
You may even get tired of winning.
And how can you get tired of winning? Oh, I guess I am tired of winning, though. I can't lie, guys. I really am. I want to be wrong. I'm so sick of this. I'm so sick of this. I want to be so wrong. One day we just wake up one morning and we're just face melted to the upside or the downside. I don't even care. I want to see an omega candle the upside or the downside. Give the super bears what they want, or give the super bulls what they want. And I'm tired of winning. I'm tired of predicting these moves every single night. Okay, so what else we have here? Trump is a beast. He is T-Daddy. I can't believe one of his cabinet members called him Daddy. What in the hell? Some weird stuff happening at the White House. Yeah, they're probably having some sort of orgies or something. Who knows what's going on over there, guys? You just never know with these rich folk. The mega rich and their secret societies. I do love secret societies, though. I can't wait to build a bigger one with you guys once we get past 1,000 subs. So I have to remind you guys, I'm, of course, reminded by Jake the Snake to shill harder. That's right, please, guys. We got to get these numbers up, of course, to defeat the algorithm here on YouTube and get the stream going with all the superpowers here on the channel. Excited for what's coming. Yes, says Milk Money. And have we liquidated all the shorts yet? Otaku-san, no. Not until we hit 115K. We need to hit that 115K to liquidate everybody. And I think it was like 8 billion people, $8 billion will be liquidated. Starts there. Thanks for your streams, Otaku. Could you look at Zebek? Jake the Snake coming in with a $2 super chat. Thank you, my guy. I think you're talking about Zebek. Look at the Z. Look at the Z. Definitely got to look at the Z, guys. I love this freaking coin. And as Bitcoin pumps, what happens typically is Zebek dumps. It's funny. Funny how that works, right? Funny how that works. But still, I think everything will eventually move with Bitcoin. This coin in particular is still, still very volatile because it is a low market cap. I think we up to, what are we up to in market cap? I can never find it on this damn thing. Let me get the crypto coin market cap real quick. There we go. Let's take a look at Zebek. Because we were talking about this the other night. We were talking about how Zebek will probably start moving a little bit more normal once it has a larger market cap. And right now it's sitting at only 392. Is that the market cap? Right? 331 million. There it is. 331 million for Zebek right now. Still not even $500 million yet in Zebek for a larger future payments platform, or a payroll accepting payments and paying payroll. I think this, of course, will go up to the multi-millions before the end of the year. Still placing my bets right around $1 million or $2 for a potential DC out opportunity for myself and my portfolio, but probably will keep a little bit of it just for the long term, because you just don't know how far this thing is gonna go, for sure. And the circulating supply is still, again, only 15 billion need to be minted. So max supply is near. It's pretty close to max supply. I still love this project, guys. All about the tokenomics on this. Definitely, for sure. It's still early for it. Once it hits $1 billion, I think it's going to start trading more on par with Bitcoin. But as of right now, it's doing this weird discorrelation with Bitcoin inversely. As I've drawn this back in May, the anarchy symbol right on top of the chart, because it does whatever the hell it wants to do. Right now it's getting pretty tight, looking for a breakout, either the upside or downside. I would say it's probably more than likely going to go to the upside with everything else. But Bitcoin's just got to continue to get out of the way first, for that to happen. So That's what's going on with ZBAC right now. Where does that move take us though? And I've been pointing this out too, that this has been forming on pretty much every chart, right? This looks like pretty much a inverse cup and handle. It's forming on every chart, and of course that takes us more to the upside once we break out of there. We're still finishing it up. We have to come back up and at least retest 205. Yeah, half a penny. God, guys, we're only half a penny on ZBAC. There's so much upside to come. It's crazy. But yeah, we of course gotta at least validate that this is really a inverse cup and handle. I mean, inverse head and shoulder, very bullish pattern for a breakup to the upside, taking us to potentially previous all-time highs for ZBAC at 206, 207. That's where we're headed, guys, and it won't be very long. I think the beginning of next month, this is going to pop off and be explosive for most coins, but specifically ZBAC. All right, and if you guys are waiting for any more lows, I wouldn't be hoping for any more lower lows. I mean, unless again a Black Swan event happens, we come back down and Bart Simpson this. Maybe we get another scoop up at 2032. I'm not calling for it. I think it's highly unlikely. Anything's possible. This could go swing either way. But I'm still betting more to the upside than the downside right now for ZBAC. It's already proved that it can stay within this range for a very, very long time. This has already been a month. Pretty much a solid month of holding this range. That's it. All you need is 2 weeks to create a solid level of support, and we've had an entire month to prove this to the world. So I think this is fine. Yeah. I think this is good. I love to hear it, says Jake the Snake. Money me now. Yes. Yes, money me now. Yes, I do. I thank you again for giving me the idea for that one. I really like how that one turned out too. I was lacking some sort of explosion or like big effect, and I do love seeing the anime girls get slapped with money. Money me now. Guys, I'm stupid.
What are you, stupid?
But of course, this is what we do. We do it in our own way here on the channel and continue with the chaos every single day. Guys, thank you for joining today. I really appreciate all your love and support. I love this. This is my job now, and I love to hear that everyone loves the the chaos I bring to the markets, and I love that you guys can participate in a meaningful way and make some money. Like, this is gonna retire so many people, and not only that, create generational wealth for everyone, and I'm happy to be part of it. I'm really happy to be part of it and meet so many new people too. I just can't wait. That's the most exciting thing for me, is we don't know who the hell is going to pop up in that chat next and change everyone's world. You just never know who's going to come through that door. Yeah, I'm excited to see who else we'll meet in the future, because I ain't meeting nobody in real life. Are you kidding me? There's no one else out there. Everyone's a normie, man. They're all dumb. They don't even know what day it is, yet alone what they had for breakfast yesterday, or even if they ate breakfast. I don't know what the normies even do anymore. They're still buying cereal, I know that. Now they just stopped, I guess, because Kellogg's and General Mills or whatever's down. Anyway, guys, I gotta get going. I gotta get some stuff done today. My goal is to finish this wall behind me. I don't know if you guys can see it. I've got an entire wall, which I built over a window, right? All the way to the ceiling. That's right, all the way to the ceiling. So I got to finish that today, and I got to get a head start on the ceiling. The ceiling's still not covered. My goal is to get the ceiling covered with soundproof materials so that I can get everything soundproofed here in the studio as much as I possibly can. Sound dampening is more like it. So I got to get a lot of things moving today. Hopefully get a lot of work done. My goal is to get the ceiling done by the end of the week, and it's not looking good. We spent a little too much time on the live yesterday with Powell on the congressional hearing. I'm glad we did, because we did see that he's about ready to capitulate. He's about ready to pivot. He has to. There's so many districts that are just shouting at him. Our constituents can't afford this anymore. We have to have more money. Money me now. Money printer go burr, and is about ready to, with Jay Powell coming. And he knows. He's not stupid.
U.S. federal government's on an unsustainable fiscal path, and that just means that the debt is growing faster than the economy. We're borrowing from future generations.
And he said that yet again yesterday. I even hit that clip, which is from 2 years ago now. Pretty sure it's 2 years ago. It might be last year. I forget the last time. Yeah, I think that was his 60-minute interview. He said this multiple times. And this is exactly how he likes to say it. And he said it verbatim yesterday again. So anyway, guys, I'm going to call it for the stream. Have a great day. Stay safe. Don't do anything stupid. Bitcoin's sitting pretty at 107.5. We could be up here for a little longer, but don't you know, be discouraged if we see a little bit of a pullback. Still looking bullish right now. We could even come back down to retest. What is that? 106.8, 106.5 even. You know, come back down and play around here for a little bit and continue to move upward later. I would not be surprised at all. Still looking good. Still winning, guys. Yeah, no more missiles. We're done with these. We're done with these stupid things. We're done. No more missiles. Hopefully. Let's leave that there just in case. You might need that tonight. You never know what's gonna happen in the Middle East. All right, guys. Have a great day. And oh yeah, I made some changes to the the credits. See if you guys can pop out what I changed. I'll see you later. Peace. Peace. Peace.
Fly me to the moon, let me trade among stars. Let me see what freedom's like without money and gold bars. In other words, bold Nike. Oh! In other words, let's make history. Tomorrow is more coming and let me huddle forevermore and more and more and more and more. I long for Hollywood shopping and door. I choose you. I love you.
Oh, God. Oh my God, guys, my cameras are all messed up. What is going on with this one? All right, I'll try to find it. When moon, soon. Soon. I'll catch you later, guys. What the heck is going on? Bet.